All right. 888 about self-awareness and shit.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, it does always come back to that. There's a good reason for that. So this specific client today, we've been working with her since January, a long time. It's August right now. So 8 months. And she's been struggling to see progress. Now she's stuck in that 162 to 165, up and down and up and down and up and down, because she's got all these inconsistencies where she's wearing herself out, and then she goes off plan, thinks she's not really that far off plan, but is farther off than she thinks. And then she's back to overthinking, like, what am I doing wrong? What am I missing? Should I start taking this supplement? What do you think about this? And it's like, no, we just need to slow down, go back to the basics, simplify all of it, and do that. So she's like, okay. So I gave her the choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was very clear. There's nothing wrong with either choice. Like, you can totally take a break for 2 weeks and calm down, or we can simplify. We can eat the exact same thing every day for the next 2 weeks and just see how your body responds. Once your body, we can adjust from there. We can add more things in, but then we're coming from a place of simplicity and adding as we need to, you know what I mean? And she's like, no, I have come too far to just like stop. Like, I've come too far to just like not log anything for the next 2 weeks. I think that'll drive me more crazy than eating the same thing every day. So she ate the same thing every day for 2 weeks. And in the first week, wouldn't you know it, she lost 3 pounds, like just like that. And now she's finally under the 160, 3-4 weeks later. Now she's down a consistent 6 pounds, but it's like a mix of wanting results and wanting them now and thinking that you're doing all the right things.
Yeah, but if I don't want to hear shit like I've come too far to da-da-da-da. It's like, you've come too far to what? Not log shit when you know you're supposed to? I don't like, that's
Right.
some bullshit. Like, to me, that's some bullshit. You can't fucking pick and choose, right? It's like, like, if you're grateful for this life, you're grateful for the good and the bad. You can't fucking cherry pick what you're grateful fucking for. You're like, you got to take the good with the bad. And if you're going to be upset about, losing this weight and that weight and whatever else, like I'm not going to say that it's not an exact science, but there's a lot more common sense. And you're right. It's a lot simpler than what it's made out to be. But regardless of the simplicity of it all at any phase, and yes, the last 10 pounds are always the most difficult, but that's usually because of somebody has gone through the gambit the whole way and has never strayed, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now when you're finally going towards the end, the shock is done. The adaptation is done. And so you have now successfully remapped your metabolic engine. Yeah, that usually will come. And it just so happens the last 10 pounds kind of thing is the mark. I've seen folks that they'll blow past the goal and start going backwards instead of staying at whatever weight that it was that they lost. They'll start gaining weight, like scale weight, but it's because of inflammation. It's because it was a humid ass day, humid ass weekend, and so on. Like, if somebody comes back after a couple of days on a weekend on a bender or whatever, and they fucking, no, I didn't log that. And it's just like, okay. Like, you don't get to decide. Like, you're here because you're not committed as you think and you need help. So don't give me that shit, first of all. No. Okay. Chances are it's not that drink or that dish or that party that weekend. It was more than that for several days before that finally tipped the fucking scale. So if I ever had a client, and I have, because I don't know this particular client you're talking about, but in my mind, I have another client that I've had. It's also a dear friend now, and it's like, she was one of the most psychotically driven people. Like, when she set her mind to some shit, it's over. You can't tell her anything. All I had to do is motivate, because she found she was inspired by herself to get da-da-da-da. The downside is she was married, but also had a side piece called the scale. And she was by that scale all the goddamn time, all the time. And she could have the best week of workouts, the best week of nutrition, like, even smiling through it all. And the scale could be up a fucking titty twat hair of an ounce, and her whole world will come crumbling down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
can't do that.
There's always going to be, but see, we had that conversation, and I entertained that little back and forth for maybe 15 minutes. And I was like, we're not doing this anymore. Like, her husband actually threw the fucking scale away, and then she went and got another one. Or she come to the gym twice as much now because the gym's got scales. Like, duh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But But at the end of the day, like big things are made of little things, complicated things are made of simple things. But it's about the body of work, your continuity. You know what I'm saying? Your consistency is where it's at. Like crash dieting, what's it called? Fasting. You know what I mean? Why do you think food disorders are so fucking in your mental games? Like you see and you feel what you feel you think is real. That's why
Right.
bitches be falling in love too fucking easy. It ain't real, motherfucker. Okay? That dude love 8 bitches. You know what I mean? You ain't the only one. I hate to break it to you. Shocker her. Spoiler alert. So, yes, the Facebook groups are going to fuck you. But
Oh
if
my
you're still
gosh.
looking for, like, how can you, like, you got to really ask yourself, why do I have so many resources and, or, you know, actually, like actual solutions to problems that could work, but you don't want to use them or explore them to their entirety because that ain't interesting, because you don't want to. I didn't bet you didn't want to be out of fucking shape either, but here we are.
Well, yeah. And for a lot of people, it comes from a place of impatience. They want it quick. They want to lose weight right now.
Let's
I'm working
have you
out and
preach
I'm
about
eating
that for a
better.
few.
I'm working out and I'm eating better. I should be losing weight. Okay, so what's going to give me the edge to lose it a little bit faster? They get on this road of being blind to all the things that go into it and being obsessed with a result that came from an unreasonable expectation to begin with. And it gets to a point where it's now you got to ask the right questions instead of saying, I'm desperate, I'm broke, I can't hire a trainer. Please, someone tell me what to do to lose 20 pounds. There's a difference between saying something like that and saying, hey, are there any professionals out there who are willing to give me 15 minutes where I can ask you a couple questions and just figure out where to start? But when you go into this from a place of desperation and a place of I need it now, you've got to expect that what you're going to get is going to be all over the board, and you're either going to be too overwhelmed to figure out what's right, or you're going to cling to the thing that looks the shiniest and it's going to be the wrong thing anyway. You know what
And
I
what'd she
mean?
say?
Who say?
You told her that?
I told her, I said, but if you do it this way, where you're eating the same thing every day, you have to stick to it 100%, because we will never know then. I will never know how to coach you next. I won't be able to help you if I don't know exactly what you're doing and how your body is responding to that. So, and you need to be able to prove to yourself that you can do this, because as
Mm-hmm.
soon as you start seeing the progress from it, you're going to be like, who cares if I'm eating the same thing every day? I'll do this forever if it's going to give me the results that I've been like so determined for over
Mm-hmm.
the last year and a half. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what happened. She lost that 2-3 pounds in the first week. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I've been overcomplicating it this much. I just can't believe that I've been doing this to myself the whole time. And still to this day, she eats that same thing every single day. That was like 6 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
There was a week in there that she had a vacation or something, and she went on vacation. She brought some of the stuff with her, and she was, 80-20, 50-50, half on, half off, like whatever, enjoying herself. But when she came back, it wasn't like, man, how am I going to start over? She knew exactly what to do. There was no overcomplication. And whereas before it would have taken her a couple weeks to reconfigure how to hit her goals and what she needs to hit, she knew exactly what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it took all the first of all, it takes all the overcomplicatedness out of it. But second of all, I think it does help you be a little bit more patient when you've got a clear cut roadmap to follow. You know what I mean? Like when you better know what to expect, I
Yeah,
think it
but
helps with the patience a little bit.
it does, but
You become less desperate for it happening right
you
now
still
when
gotta
you at
be
least know
ready
you're on your way.
for the curveballs, man.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
about readiness and understanding back to that fucking why again and all that other shit. Like I could have, my navigation set to go from point A to point B. And I know it's gonna be like if I'm driving back to Chicago, I know I've got, a 9-10 hour drive. Cool. I know the route. I know how much gas I'm gonna need.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not planning to be prepared in the event of a flat tire or the extra stop because one of the kids has diarrhea or a deer comes and hits us or something, if I'm not prepared for that shit, then I'm setting myself up for failure. I'm leaving myself vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you're like really committed to the journey and you want to get to the end, you got to understand what that journey is going to look like. And it means knowing yourself too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I always, in my reads with clients, it's like, if I get the impression, I usually just ask them, are you a fucking overthinker? Are you impatient? Are you typically da da da? And I used to do it in my park cues way back in the day. I would have, qualifiers like, what's your favorite movie and why? What's your this? And you know what I mean? I would want to know more about some things that were completely seemingly off the wall. And I want to know why you answer those things. Like, it's your favorite horror film, and they don't like watching horror films. It's like, okay, because they're not entertaining or because they scare you. Like there's something to that. What's your favorite drama or some shit? And it's like Blood In, Blood Out, which is a fucking gang movie. Like, okay. So you're violent. Awesome. Like you can get past the psyche if you just ask the right questions. And I think these people a lot of the times we don't ask the right questions in the first place. So whenever I had clients that I'm going on vacation, especially the ones, like the one I was talking about, I'm going on vacation, can you help me kind of set up the meal plan, the workouts for when I'm gone? No. Yeah. Hit the ocean and do a fucking backstroke.
Yeah.
Get your earplugs. Wait, what? Did I stutter? Bitch, you're going to be on vacation.
Be on vacation.
Why you want to ruin the vacation when you're mentally unstable on this shit here at the stability of home? Like, especially if you've proven that you get it. Why have I been overcome? Okay, cool. Then you got it, right? So if you got it, there should be no fear. You should be able to eat that shit, go enjoy that shit, and it has no effect on you because you know how to erase that shit, whether it's via workout or whether it's a simple guilt-free kind of thing, because this is not an indicator of who you are as a person. It has nothing to do with your commitment level. It's got nothing to do with you being a good person, your character, nothing. As a matter of fact, it makes you smarter because you know yourself in such a way that if you were to be a diet Nazi on vacation, you're probably not going to enjoy yourself. You're going to come home, struggle anyway, because that's what happens. And you're going to start resenting yourself, me, and everybody else because you didn't enjoy your vacation. I'm not going to do that to you. Eat what the fuck you want, because I'm not trying to hear that shit.
I tell people that all the time. Vacation is meant to be a vacation. Let yourself have a vacation. The most important thing is that you understand what to do when you get back from vacation. And you already understand that. And if you don't, that's what I'm for, to help you understand that. I'll work with you on your plan for when you come back. But while you're there, enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Well, I know, but you just said you were like trying to make sure they're having the right shit when they're gone.
No, I told her the same thing on that vacation, but she was like, I want to keep some of the routines. Like, if you want to be my guest, I don't care. Like, we go on our lake vacation up north. I'll make myself chicken and lettuce, and that's what I eat at the beach when everybody else is eating chips. I mean, I eat chips too, but instead of like ordering an enchilada from the restaurant, I'll just eat my chicken salad, and then I'll max out at dinner time when we like do this big potluck thing. You pick and choose your battles, and that's what I tell them. Like, if you can do whatever you want on vacation, just know that when you come back, the scale's going to look a little different, and we're going to have to get back to it. That's it.
Or for all we know, it might not.
Exactly.
Because I always left a little wiggle room. Like just know that, there's a chance the scale could look different. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't fucking know. Because I've also had clients in the past that say, I ate like an asshole all week, and I come back and I actually lost weight, knowing that was some bullshit, trying to set me up to like contraindicate to make me a hypocrite. You know what I mean? So I won't know. I'm gonna put it out there like this, because it's both possible. You could eat like a fucking asshole and lose weight. You could eat healthy and whatever else and gain weight. So